welcome to another episode of Elise Eats, and to celebrate the release of Fire Emblem Fates in Australia, which is a year after Japan, but it's okay, we are making sugar cookies today. And to help me with this, I've got my A+ support group, Julia. Yes, and we will be making sugar cookies with the family emblems of Nohr and Hoshido. They're really yummy, they're really easy, and I hope you like them. Okay, so what you're going to need is 1 1/4 cup of caster sugar, 2 cracked eggs, obviously, 170 grams or 1/3 cup of unsalted butter, softened, 2 1/2 cups of plain flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder and half a teaspoon of salt, and then the lemon rind of half a small lemon, and then about 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean extract. Okay, then for the royal icing for the cookies, you're going to need 3 egg whites. Thank you. It's like what? 4 cups of icing sugar, and then gel food coloring. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the softened butter into our mixer and then beat it on high for a couple of minutes until it's fluffy. Then we're going to add our sugar and beat it again until it's fluffy. Okay, after creaming the butter and sugar, add the 2 eggs and teaspoon of vanilla extract. After about 2 minutes, scrape down the sides and then add your lemon zest. Go, Julia, go! Yeah.
Give it a good old shake.
The lemon rind is optional, but it gives it a really nice flavor.
Critical hit on the lemon. Good to know.
So after mixing it for about 3 to 4 minutes, when it's all nice and fluffy and yummy, we're going to sift in the baking powder and salt into the flour. I'm just using a whisk because then you don't have as much mess. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to add 1/3 of the flour mixture into the mixture and then beat it until it's all incorporated. Then take it off and then we're going to add the rest of flour by hand. Okay, so the reason why we're adding the rest of the flour by hand is because you can overmix it and that can make the cookies a bit tough. So what we're going to do is add the rest of the flour mixture by thirds into the mixture and mix it together.
Scoop it up.
That.
Yep.
Yeah.
Spoon hand activate.
At this point, when it's still very soft, but you can touch it without it sticking to your hands, we're going to put it in some Glad wrap, there's Julia's hand, and then put it into the fridge. If your dough is too sticky, you can just add some more flour, but mine is good. So at this point, your dough should kind of be a little bit on the melty side. That's just because the butter's very soft. So what we have to do is wrap it up in cling wrap and put it in the fridge for an hour or overnight. That's usually better. And then we're gonna roll it out and bake them. So our dough's been in the fridge for about 1.5 hours or 2 hours. It's firmed up quite a bit. It's still a little bit squishy. And what we're going to do with some plain flour, we're going to cover our work surface and then roll it out with a rolling pin. We're going to take about 1/4 of the dough.
It's like a cheese wedge.
Squeeze it into a rough bowl shape. Okay, then flour your rolling pin, make sure it's evenly coated, and then roll it out so the cookies are about 1/2 centimeter thick. Okay, so we're using a round cookie cutter about 7 to 8 centimeters in diameter. What you want to do is just roll it around in some flour first, so it coats the edge. That will help it to not stick to the cookie dough. Okay, when you can't cut any more of your round cookies out, just mush it all together back into a bowl and re-roll it out with flour. Okay, so then what we're going to do, we're going to put this in the fridge for about 5 or so minutes, just so that the butter hardens again, so the cookies don't lose their shape. And then we're going to put the cookies into the oven at 180 degrees for about 6 to 10 minutes, just when they start to go gold on the outside. Okay, so now that the cookies have been in for about 6 to 7 minutes, they're just a bit wire rack to let them cool completely, and while the other batches are cooking and these are cooling, we're going to be making the royal icing. Okay, now we're going to put the 3 egg whites into our mixer and beat them on high for about 2 to 3 minutes until they have stiff. Okay, now add the icing sugar a cup in at a time and beat it until it's all incorporated. So now add another cup of icing sugar and beat again. Okay, now what we're going to do is put a quarter of our white icing into a little bowl, and we're going to add a little bit of water to it to make it runny enough so that it coats the cookies evenly. Then we're going to coat all the cookies evenly in the white icing and then let them dry. Then add about a 1/4 teaspoon of water. It's better to add a small amount at a time. I'm putting in another 1/4 teaspoon just because it needs a little bit more thinness to it. Okay, this is the consistency that you want. Now spread it evenly onto the base of the cookie. Okay, now that we've iced our cookies with the white layer, we're going to divide the rest of the white icing up into 3 separate bowls and then color them as black, purple, and red. So now add a few drops of black food coloring to this one, and then a few of purple.
Just do it one at a time. One at a time. The Hoshido icing keeps wanting to move.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is on our cookies, we're going to, with a toothpick, trace out our designs so we don't screw it up, because it's very likely with this kind of icing. And then we're going to pipe out the Nohr and Hoshido family emblems on each of the cookies in each color. Now don't worry, see, mine's very uneven, but I'm going to actually change it with the piping bag, so it's going to be okay. Okay, now fill in the outline with the rest of the icing, and if there's any issues, just fix it with the toothpick. the really good thing about this icing, it's very forgiving. You just have to play with it.
Looks like a Pikachu.
Okay guys, so that's how we make our Fire Emblem cookies. We've got Team Nohr over here and Team Hoshido, so we're both kind of over here. These are really lovely cookies. They're kind of cakey in consistency. They're really fun, and I hope you share them with the people you love. And if they say they're not perfect, it doesn't matter because they're homemade and you put love and effort into them. So yeah, let's eat them.
I sadly do not own a Fire Emblem shirt. This is totally 100% authentic.
We're going raw, let's be honest.
Alright.
But yeah, if there's any foods in Fire Emblem Fates, we will be making them. Probably Corin's favourite food, but we'll figure it out. Julie, what do you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which one would be the chowder or the surf and turf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh! Oh my goodness. Alright.
Hoshido got rejected.
Don't judge me! Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If there's anything you want me to cook for you next time, just comment in the section below. And I'll see you next time. Bye!